Only one branch just snapped on me. So you see all this? This is putting so much weight on the tarp, making the fort inside the fort cave in. So that is not good to cave in. So those stakes can actually rip out of the ground. Or I'll be walking up there. It's actually making the fort cave in lower. But I think that pallet up there, some of the pallets are pretty heavy. And you know, but yeah, this side is Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another video. And I'm going to be showing you what I built on top of my fort and stuff like that, because for the past week I have been building something on top of my fort. It's cool, so now you can walk on top of my fort. So that's how I'm going to be showing you basically how I built it, kind of. But it is freaking warm out today, but everything's soaked because it just got done raining not so long ago. It's a nice Sunday afternoon, 38 degrees and it's Fahrenheit, and I'm pretty sure, I think it's warm. But also I do have a little bit of bad news to share also. But yeah, on that, let's get into today's video. So guys, I'm gonna share the bad news at the end of the video. So if you want to know the bad news, you have to wait till the end of the video. But basically, this is the ladder I built. There's a floor up there. So you see, I do have one pallet right there. I put that pallet on yesterday. I gotta put pieces of wood on that pallet. It's gonna be another floor, but you can kind of see how I built it on top of everything. It's stable up there. It doesn't move that much. But I don't even know how to explain how I built it. I just put pieces of wood together, stuff like that. You kind of see how I made the supports underneath. We go to this side. This side's just harder to see, but it's on top of the roof. But it's like a balcony type deal up there. So I gotta get this table fixed. It freaking wiggles. Anyways, see guys, I'm up on top of the fort. So I just made it on top of the fort on a nice handy dandy ladder I made. Not a few days ago. Made a nice handy dandy ladder a few days ago. So this is what it looks like up on top here. Under here is a pallet, but it's a pretty small pallet, so I have it all covered except this part. This pallet isn't this isn't a pallet underneath. It's a piece of wood. You see this sticks a big branch, and if I would ever step on this side, this branch would lift up, and the spindles down there are actually screwed to a tree and then screwed to the branch where they won't move, or that won't move. But you can see the pallet under here. I have this piece of wood screwed there, and then each one of these sticks is to hold these together. Basically, how another way this is holding up is two of these spindles are holding each of these sides up. So that's also how it's holding those up, and they're screwed to right there. So like I said, I just put this pallet on. I have to put pieces of wood. This one's not as sturdy yet, but if I walk on that side, but this thing's sturdy. I can walk on this side with no problem. But I try to work on this pallet some more when I get more screws. But obviously, this is the one roof that keeps water out of my fort, to the door. But yeah, in the comments below, rate the roof on top of the fort, because I can really walk up here now. But let's get to the bad news. So I'm about to share the bad news just in a few minutes. So I just made it down off top of the fort. You can see that's my handy dandy ladder. Holds me. Only one branch just snapped on me, so kind of hurt my arm in that process. But either way, part of the bad news is, you see all this? This is putting so much weight on the tarp, and since it's doing that, it's actually making the fort inside the fort cave in. So that is not good, because this tarp is only staked down, so it's making it cave in, so those stakes can actually rip out of the ground. So I'm not gonna go to the stakes of all those leaves, but all that weight and all the weight on top of the fort, all me walking up there, is actually making the fort cave in and lower. But I think it's just some of me getting taller, but also it is sinking down because all that weight on top, because that pallet up there, some of those pallets are pretty heavy, and you know. But yeah, this side isn't terribly bad, so, but the other side is caving in a lot. I'll have to show you this when I get inside the fort. So here's the other part of the bad news. Let me open this door here. If it wants to open, the door doesn't like to open. Let's walk into here. But yeah, I can't even stand up in here anymore. I used to be able to stand up and have like my head hit the ceiling, like without my knee, like with my knees going straight. But now my knees can't even go straight. Like my knees, I can barely go straight for standing up in here. So it's starting to sink down on me. And these supports over here are gonna actually give out at some point. But I can tell you what I mean by this is sinking in right here. You see, it's all just sinking in and caving in. This side's not terribly bad, but you can see this is what all the wood up there is getting held on by. and that is kind of rotten. So this is not even safe to be in really anymore. So that's another part of the bad news. So I gotta get on that. So, but even though next year I was gonna actually build a second story on top of the fort, but since it's not even safe really anymore, I'm not doing that. Next year, after I get a job, I'm gonna be tearing the whole fort down and building around 6 by 6, or like around 8 feet wide, about 6 feet long, or no, 8 feet long, about 6 feet wide. I don't know, somewhere in those numbers. But hopefully I can do that. But a second story would have been cool, but it's just not safe enough. So, but yeah, it's gonna be sad to see this thing go. I've subbed here a lot. I've made a decent amount of videos in this fort. So next year, or depends. Never know, it might come down even before then. Depends if it wants to hold up anymore. Depends how much I keep walking up there. So I should only go up there wherever I need to. But it's fun to go up there. It holds me, but unless I'm just getting taller. But hopefully it's just because I'm getting taller. So other than that, make sure you guys hit that sub button, comment down below anything else I should do, and see you guys in the next video.